Did I turn the mic speaker on? Yeah, the microphone's on. Let me just load up Posemaniacs. Alright. Okay. Today we are not going to focus on torsos. I've decided that I should work on learning the lower limbs, the pelvis and leg region. I am mostly going to be doing copies from this book called Morpho Anatomy for Artists, Simplified Forms by Michele Loricella. But yeah, basically it really. I'm holding up the book with my left hand, so I'm not going to be using my keyboard shortcuts. Oblique separates the die into two. An oblique line? Hold up, so you're saying from here, you're saying from there to there, rather than using the sartorius point? Huh. That's weird. From the hip joint to the floor, the halfway point can be placed at the bottom of the patella. From the hip joint to the floor, the halfway point can be placed, can be the position at the bottom of the patella. So that bone here, okay. Let me pull up the other book. I'm going to put up the muscles. Can you draw pizza? Help. Sup, Bailey? Can I draw pizza? Not very well. Let's see. What do you want on your pizza? Okay, let's have these as a pepperoni. These are mushrooms. Oh god, mushrooms are back again. Mushrooms always get into my streams. These are the peppers. Oh wait, can't do that. Damn, there's no undo button. What do you draw on? I use my graphics tablet is a Wacom Pen and Touch CTH 460. That's the model number. It's very old. It's from 2010. And my software of choice is Krita. There's some tomatoes. I don't know what these. This could be just margarita, and this could just be plain tomato. What's your worst nightmare to draw as an artist? I'm living it. I can't draw. my worst nightmare is not being able to draw. I suppose specifically not being able to draw the things I want to draw. What's yours? Okay, then let's do a 3/4 pose. I'm gonna use boxes to mask out the main masses of the body, so your chest, your rib cage, and pelvis. I'm gonna ignore the head for now because I'm focusing on drawing the legs. He's this, I forgot his name again, Michel guy in his book says use the oblique line to come. Where does he draw his obliques? You want to be an animator in some ways. That's probably harder than being an artist. What did he say again? Oh yeah, from the hip down to the bottom. Let's say I want this to be where the feet touches. Let me pull up the ruler. Okay, and then switch to no pressure. Okay, and then around here should be the bottom end of the patella, so I should push this cylinder up a little bit. And have you done any animation on by yourself? I tried doing animation. I say I tried. What I did was just made 2 pictures and then they were slightly different and I just turned them into a GIF. I might be able to show you on the live stream, one sec. There you go. This is my animation. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay. Wait, what was I doing? This is the knee area, and then from the knee, I think I can push that up a bit. Do the lower legs. can't catch me, fork. What's happening, guys? Knife that. What the heck? Get over here, Coke. You can't catch me, fork. You can't catch me, fork. What's happening, guys? This little cool guy thinks he can act like he owns the place. Psst. You're not tough. It's the first of my anime. Oh, okay. That's your script. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Coke, knife, and... So I think I must have imagined a third person. Alright. Are we talking about Flash, like that Flash style animation? I don't do any animation. The only I don't really do any animation, unfortunately. If I did, I'd probably use Krita. Krita has a animated animation workspace. I don't know what you can use for mobile. I don't really know if there are actually people that use mobile for animation. I need to use the... I need to get rid of the pizza, I'm afraid. Bye. Oh no, pizza! Okay, get rid of this ruler. I'm trying to find something for the lower limb muscles. Bear with, I'm just opening up another tab, trying to find a reference image I have. There you go. Krita is indeed free. You can go on krita.org. Wait, don't go anywhere yet. Let me just double check that for you. Krita.org. Yeah, you can go on krita.org and download it from there. Oops. Alright, so this is the pelvis, yeah? Oops. Let me switch erasers. If I mirror that, doesn't look that central. It doesn't need to be. Okay, from this point down here, that's your sartorius muscle there. Oh wait, you mentioned mobile. Krita, I don't think you can use Krita on mobile. I do remember something about an Android build. Yeah. gonna do the, I think it's called a gluteus medialis muscle there. And I'm gonna draw the rectus femoris. We might need to get rid of this sartorius and actually redraw it later. And then you got this muscle here, the vastus medialis, just above the kneecap, below the rectus femoris. Who knows what it attaches to? Do I have any other references that actually show me that? Not really. So let me just quickly Google search vastus medialis. Ah, okay, so it just connects to the bone. So this, if we had a bone here, this would connect from the knee to the inside of our femur bone. And then we have the vastus lateralis. Just went over. Sartorius, and then you got this governs your flexors and extensors that connect to the bottom part of your pelvis. Trying to find this tool, and then move to the, and then I need to, let's just select none. Here, deselect all, go back to the brush. Pardon me. Maybe I should have drawn the pelvis actually. So, one sec, where does the, what muscle did I call it? Rectus femoris, femoris. Okay, it's like, it connects to the pelvis itself. Basically, somewhere here. This would be an over-exaggerated rectus femoris who has too much of a muscle body. On a regular person, on an average person, this wouldn't be as oval or ovoid as I recently learned. Usually it would be straighter than that, but just to showcase the difference in muscle bellies between different leg muscles, I'm just going to over-exaggerate it. Push it down a bit further down here. Got sartorius muscle. Let me just rotate the canvas a little bit. And then somewhere here, you got, let me try to remember, your semimembranosus that makes up your one part of your hamstring. Semimembranosus. That also connects to your pelvis, the bottom edge of your pelvis somewhere. So I'll just indicate it here. And then this front part, you got a bunch of ancillary muscles that connect. You don't really see them as much because they're covered underneath by a bunch of other muscles. But they connect from the front part of your pelvis directly onto the bone of your femur. I haven't drawn the other muscle, the vastus lateralis. I don't think you'd be able to see it from this angle. In fact, this book I'm using over exaggerates this muscle in that you could see, actually maybe you could see it. He draws it like that. If I erase this area a bit here, which I guess it kind of makes sense because some of that vastus lateralis is going to be fascia, and somewhere here you're not going to see that, but I think it's called a gluteus medialis. Let me just find. Yeah, gluteus medius. Ooh, one. Neek. I'm just gonna leave the lower leg alone and come back to that on another day. I think the lower leg is just mostly bone anyway. There isn't that many muscles there other than your calves, which I think one of them, if I remember, was called soleus, but I only know that through working out in gym and remembering how much of a pain in the ass it is to train that, and then I just gave up. There was literally no point. There's no point. Okay, let's do a side on from the inside, or the medial side. Basically, if I were to turn the camera anti-clockwise again from this 3/4 angle. Let's do it here as well. Leg muscles, medial view. Leg or thigh? Oh, pardon me. Let's do upper leg muscles. Those are lateral view, man. I'm looking for medial. Okay, well, you got your glutes here. So if this was scoop looking thing. Or of your pelvis. Your glutes would be like wrapping around that. That was quite hard to to see what muscles what in this view. Oh. Maybe doing a media view is probably not a good idea. Oh, let me see. Look for a 3D model for it. 3D model. Oh, with like some annotations as well. Oh, can't always get what you want. This is gonna be the femur bone. And I guess in the medial view, you're gonna be able to see this muscle here, the vastus medialis. Is it? Is it actually called vastus medialis? Vastus medialis. Yes, it's called a medialis. It is indeed called a medialis. So, what is that? It comes up above the knee, and I think this medialis. This is that bulb shape of the femur that's on the other side. I think this would then appear here, right? And this would wrap itself round. And then you got your the sartorius muscle. Does that sartorius appear? Yes. So you got a sartorius muscle coming from somewhere from the aces down, and it connects somewhere down here. So I think it'd be better if I rotate the canvas a little bit and then draw this in one straight swoop. I could make it thicken this muscle a little bit. It looks like it's about to snap off. Okay, so kept that there. We'll put in the muscle for the rectus femoris. Which connects somewhere on here. On the pelvis. And then that goes, so this would be where the main muscle is, and then I think it goes in, it turns into a tendon. Yeah, tendon connects muscle to bone, and ligament connects bone to bone. Then what is fascia? Muscle to muscle? Well, that's about basically it, really. In fact, let's just... wait, and then somewhere in the back here, you got semimembranosus. I just need to figure out where though. Connects to the bottom edge. So if there was another bone here. Oh, I just confused myself. Somewhere here. You got... Maybe this needs to go downwards like that, yeah? And somewhere here is your membranosus, your semimembranosus. That's a sartorius. Then what is this muscle? Maybe I shouldn't really focus too much on the medial side. It's not like anyone's gonna see it. But it's gonna bother me because for whatever reason I need to know the names. The iliopsoas. Upper leg muscle names. Upper leg muscle names. And the adductor, that's the sartorius, and that's the vastus medialis. Maybe I should also write medial view. You have an adductor magnus. Let me curve this bit so it looks like a butt. Gracilis. Aha. Okay, what is the gracilis? Is that the central looking muscle? It's a long slender muscle located on the medial side of the thigh. Okay. So you got a muscle that seems to be attached from the bottom of your pelvis. Okay. It's like at the you know the pelvis. I draw it as a box, but technically, you know it sort of there's that sort of flange somewhere at the front. Connects from there, goes all down, and connects to the bottom of the leg. Basically your knee. Not your knee, your what do you call it? It's either a radius, no, not radius, tibia or fibia. And the problem I have right now is I got this vastus medialis blocking. I need to change to. Let me change to a different color. Pictures, muscle anatomy. Semimembranosus. And oh. Yeah, this could be semitendinosus. Semimembranosus. Could be this one right next to it. And then you got an adductor magnus. That's the web-looking thing that connects from the bottom of the pelvis to your femur bone. That looks like a web. Wait, can you spell it? A-D-U-C-T-O-R. Whoops. Oh no, I need to save this anyway. Let's do the anterior view. Should be easier than the medial view. Welcome back, Haley. Where did you go? We are now doing the I forgot. Was it the anterior view? Anterior is from lateral view, not anterior. We're doing the lateral view of the leg, the upper leg. Do you play Roblox? No, I do not play Roblox. Never really, I never really got into it. Roblox. Where's the thing with the thing? What am I looking for? I am looking for this muscle. Whoops, sorry. Okay. So, what do we have? What do we have? Let me see, check the other book. Do you actually mention anything about media view? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? I divide this in half. You got some glute muscles connecting to your femur here. I'm guessing this is your gluteus maximus. And you got your gluteus medius. Maximus. Alright. But did I say the rectus femoris connects? Man, where does the vastus lateralis connect? Bro, brush. Rectus femoris is this top muscle here. Then you got your lateralis, vastus lateralis here. You got bicep femoris somewhere here. That connects to some bone. Then your semitendinosus. I'm just gonna leave it at this point here. And then call that semitendinosus. What is this button? Preserve alpha. Preserve alpha. Damn, that's a big ass female. Just gonna do this one more leg, and I have to call it quits. I still gotta do some video editing for what? We're in June now, so we're in May, so I need to do some audio recording for the May. Flipping out, what do you call it again? What did I call it? May drawing recaps. Gotta need to do some audio recording for that. That feels more like work. I'll be honest, that feels more like work than actually doing the drawings. Ugh. Where did I say the Vestas letter as connects to? Somewhere in the pelvis bone. What happened to my undo buttons? Can I view under undo? No. I was recently watching some scenes from Marco and Polo, specifically the scene where Marco trains with 100 dice, and that one bit where he talks about what a gong fu is always sticks to my head. It always stays in my head. Keeps repeating. It's a good scene. It's a shame that that show got cancelled. I only did 2 seasons and then they cancelled it, bastards. Just paint this as a blob. What time is it now? Alright, it's over 1 hour. I need to head off. Thank you everyone who's attended the stream, and anyone that's watching these as a live stream, VOD. Yep. And it's a relatively quick one, I know, so I apologize. I'm still in the middle of editing the May recap drawing videos. Next time I think I'm going to be working more on legs, so a bit more on the legs, and then we'll then connect what I've done with the torso studies with the legs, and then maybe do something else. Actually, let me show you what I've been doing. No, I think I'm going to cover that in the May live stream. Alright, until then, thank you, take care, and bye.